there's definitely going to be a strong anti-government vote and possibly a strong anti-establishment vote in Dublin Central, a constituency I've covered now, focused on in a long ways for many election counts going back a long number of years. I think it's going to be interesting to see how we'll come to the left in a bit, but how other voices, particularly to the right of the political spectrum, might organise in this sense. You have people like Malachy Steenson, who of course was elected to Dublin City Council last time around. If you focused on and you had one singular focus for a right-wing candidate running on things like anti-immigration, stuff like that, you could well see that person be a contender.
I mean, you mentioned the cohesion of the right. I think it's fascinating that this race now comes up so quick after the presidential election, because we were saying here and elsewhere that there was a huge volume of the spoil the vote movement and disaffection with the establishment offerings that were there. They didn't think they were going to have an offering in the capital city, like right there, like O'Connell Street, the Spire and beyond. They didn't think that was going to be an electoral playground for years. And now they've got a high-profile seat to replace one of the cabinet's most high-profile individuals. That's a real opportunity if the same people who were behind some of the unsuccessful candidates or the spoil the vote movement do get together. But it's also fascinating from the leftward perspective, because as distinct from Galway West, where this was a seat held by someone of the left and maybe the movement could stay together to hold the seat, now they're talking about the left having to come together to win the seat, which strikes me, Richard, as being very different when you're trying to take a seat out of government hands, and particularly when this effectively means that Sinn Féin are likely to be the vehicle that can keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we tend, whenever we have any discussion on left unity, we always talk about the challenges first and foremost. We always go straight away like, oh, well, they hold it together for the duration of a presidential campaign. Oh, surely they'll be at each other's throats for Galway West. Oh,
well, Gary Gannon, obviously, of that constituency, did come out this week and say, well, we all have our own views. Like, he wasn't necessarily saying that there was going to be a harmonious...
But they don't have to. But like, this is the problem.
They weren't all going to unify behind one candidate.
They don't need to do that. And they all have said that they're probably going to have their own...
Vote left, transfer left is what they probably need to do.
Exactly.